Top 10 Essay Topics About Human Rights. Abusing Human Rights, Violence Against Women. This essay should investigate various forms of violence against women. Some of them include domestic abuse, sexual assault, economic violence, and human trafficking. Analyze their physical and psychological impact on women's lives. What are their root causes? Human rights and Catholic teachings. In this essay, you may examine how Catholic ideology views every person's inherent dignity and worth. How does it form the foundation for promoting and protecting human rights? You can also analyze the Church's involvement in social justice movements. The Cold War, Global Prosperity and Human Rights. The Cold War was one of the most famous conflicts between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. Your essay may analyze key policies and events, such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and decolonization movements. Evaluate the impact of the war on human rights worldwide. Saddam Hussein Human Rights Abuse. A paper on this topic may discuss the systematic human rights violations in Iraq under the authority of Saddam Hussein. Some of them include torture, executions, rape, and beating. Analyze their impact on the Iraqi population. Why is it important to protect human rights and hold perpetrators accountable? Effects of war on humanity in terms of human rights. In this paper, you can examine how armed conflicts disrupt societies and result in human rights violations. Why do we need post-war reconciliation and justice? You can also suggest strategies for the restoration of human rights in affected communities. Global community and human rights. You may analyze how nations' shared values can lead to promoting and protecting human rights on a global scale. Discuss the role of the United Nations and other international organizations. You can also examine the significance of cross-border cooperation and civil society engagement. Human rights in the movie Escape from Sobibor. Escape from Sobibor is a movie about a German death camp in Poland. In an essay on this topic, you can examine the depiction of the Holocaust in the movie. Investigate the violation of basic human rights during that period. It includes the denial of freedom and persecution based on religion and ethnicity. Basic human rights violation. This essay can investigate the violation of freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the right to a fair trial, and other human rights. Discuss their nature and their influence on individuals and communities. Why is it necessary to protect these fundamental rights? The Taliban and human rights. An essay on this topic can discuss the oppression and discrimination faced by Afghan citizens under Taliban rule. Investigate the effect of human rights violations on women and minorities. We also suggest you analyze the role of international efforts to protect and promote human rights in countries affected by extremist ideologies. Protection of human rights of immigrants. In your paper, you may discuss the challenges immigrants face. Some of them include the issues of discrimination and access to basic services. Explore the importance of creating inclusive and fair immigration policies. How can we support the human rights of all individuals, regardless of their immigration status?